Hi guys, I was gonna make a video about changing a hitch on a Cherokee, but then it turned into a bunch of other stuff. So welcome. In this video we're gonna be working on the butt end of this Cherokee. We're gonna put on Dirtbound, incorporate it, unibody, stiffeners. We're gonna change a hitch. We're gonna add a 23-gallon fuel tank. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Join me in this journey. Hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and not make them yourself. Let's have some fun. All right, so I just bought a new Kurt hitch, and very encouraging. It is full of shot, all right? That's a good thing. No, this is not weld spatter. This is like, these are all the same size beads. This is steel shot, and they shot blasted that hitch before they painted it, because when you don't do that, this kind of bullshit happens. This is a draw tight. There it is. Like, it's like rusting away to nothing. I'm replacing it. I mean, it's old, it's 20 years old, don't get me wrong, but it's just delaminating and falling apart, and I don't trust it anymore to pull a trailer. All right, so in addition to replacing this crummy hitch, I have some undercarriage rot that I want to take care of. I got this like ginormous hole and cancer going on back here on the passenger side. It's only the passenger side. It's bad. There ain't much left of that Jeep right there. But I bought this like unibody reinforcement kit from Dirtbound. Just be prepared to experience nothing takes 5 minutes. When you buy this stuff, it's missing a lot of holes. For example, it's missing the holes for the sway bar mount, exhaust hanger, the thing that protects the filler neck. It's missing holes all over it, but it was a good price. It got here quick, and it seems to be pretty good so far. All right, I want to try and connect the dots really quick here. I'm not speaking ill of draw tight. This is how I did things 20 years ago. It doesn't mean that they continue to do things in that same manner. But shot blasting is important because this is hot rolled metal. I can tell, all right? This is hot rolled metal that I added here. And I didn't take the slag layer off of the hot rolled metal before I put paint on it. The slag layer is just some crud left behind when they're forming the box tubing and stuff at the mill. And it's very porous, and it's not really attached well to the metal underneath it. And when you paint over that stuff, if you don't grind it away or pickle it or shot blast it away, the paint coating only lasts so long, and then what ends up happening is moisture and stuff gets underneath the paint, and rust happens, and the paint flakes off, and I don't know, 20 years later you got this junk right here. It's pretty wild, actually. If you look at how thin like this is right here, and compare it to the same piece of metal like over there, it's like twice as thick. So it's pretty wild, like how much has corroded away off of this hitch, and that's kind of why I'm getting rid of it. So thank you, good on you, Kurt. I'm glad that you shot blasted your hitch. It makes people like me that understand this stuff very happy. All right, to my surprise, the inside of this Jeep don't look too bad, believe it or not, despite everything else. I think I think that hitch right there is a Nodic, and it saved the rest of the car near it, like it was the sacrificial anode. And then get a load of this. Nothing takes 5 minutes. I swear to fucking God. Just, you know, after I get done giving Kurt high praises, I open up the bag of hardware. You know, it's not There's no hole in it, just the hole that I made. Look at this shit. So there's like 4 fasteners per side, right? I got 5 hex bolts, 3 carriage bolts, 3 of these frickin' plates, and 1 of these, right? I'm supposed to have 2 of these. This is freaking retarded. Why would you not want to put 2 to 4 of these per side, 1 of those per side? So I've got like type C. There's various configurations. I don't get it. You save a few dollars by skimping on some hardware and make me have to use this junk down here all over again. But at least you shot blasted the hitch before putting paint on it. Thanks a lot, Kurt. All right, so I just got this thing off the Jeep, and this is pretty wild. Look at this. Like, look at how thick that is. That's crazy. This is like nuts. No, it's not the car. That's the driver's side. Here's the driver's side. It's not the car that's peeling off that hitch. It's the hitch itself. So I don't know. Maybe this is the definition of proactive. All right, this is the passenger side. I started here, started there for the holes that held onto the guard that goes around the filler neck. But in reality, the 2 holes that you want go right there. They're about 640 thousandths from the outside of this thing to the center of the hole. These 2 holes slots are for the sway bar in the rear. Again, I kind of started putting holes right there with the drill, and then I had to kind of like move them inboard a little bit. So you're gonna want to put the center of your drill around 101 inch, 185 thousandths. You need like a 1/2 inch hole, 5/8 hole there. I guess I should add this too. One of those holes is a little over 2 inches on center, and then from the center of that hole to the center of the other hole, it seems to be about 2 inches, 882 thousandths. Or I guess maybe it's better that I give you this dimension here. It's gonna be about 4 inches, 950 thousandths from the from this side. I don't know how consistent these parts are when they make them. I'm assuming it's just a DXF that they use in a laser, so they're probably pretty consistent. So you can probably use those dimensions to save yourself some BS that I had to go through. Maybe you guys at Dirtbound can add those holes. That'd be nice for us. All right, here's how the Dirtbound incorporated unibody reinforcements fit on a 96 XJ. it's actually like fantastic. I can't like commend these people enough. The other side fits a little better, but differently. I got the hitch in. I ended up using the old, some of the old hardware left over from the draw type install. This is how it looks on the inside of the vehicle. Yeah, it's pretty fantastic, really. I'm gonna weld this side and then move to the driver's side. All right, here's the plan. We're gonna clamp everything up, figure out where it's gonna go. I'm gonna use a weld through primer to mark on the Jeep where I'm gonna be welding. I'm gonna take everything off. I'm going to then grind away the paint and other coating where I'm going to be welding. I'm only going to grind where I'm going to be welding. I'm not going to remove everything. I'll get to that later on in the video. Once that's done, I'll put everything back together and I'll start welding. All right, so this is the passenger side. And this is the driver's side. I use flux core wire. I'm not going to teach you how to weld in this video. I tried to weld those two together. It was a disaster. I'm gonna put plate here, plate there, same thing on the other side. It's much easier to weld something like that, like a lap joint, than it is like a butt, especially overhead. Yeah. Okay, so I'm moving over to the passenger side now, and I pretty much got the welding technique figured out. There is a hole on this side of the frame where I can clearly see my welding from the inside. There wasn't one on the driver's side. However, I started in the driver's side because it didn't have as much rust and rot. So now that I got everything figured out, I'm on the passenger side where all the problems, where the rust and rot are. And I did my first weld, and this is what it looks like from the inside. So I'm not burning through. There are a few on the other side where I did burn through. I tried to fix it, but it is what it is. Okay, so this is the fitment on the passenger side. Again, it's pretty good. Got a little bit of overlap right there, but that actually is going to be easier to weld than if it wasn't overlap, so don't care. All right, this is the passenger side. The last one was the driver's side. You got to make 2 holes here for the exhaust hanger. It's about 3 inches on center to the last hole that your hitch would go to, 1.3 inches apart. And then I got lucky on the sway bar. 2 5/8 holes, 2 inches apart, 2.225 inches from the edge, 1 inch, 225 thousandths off of the like the outside of this bell channel. And then in case I'm confusing anybody, 2.225 is 2.225 thousandths. All right. Lap weld. Way easier than a butt weld. This is the side that had most of the corrosion. Finished product. All right, one other thing. I've seen a few people do this on their Jeeps, and they grind off and scrape off like all the undercoating. They get it nice and clean. I don't think you should do that. I think you should leave as much on as you can. You're never gonna get it off. It's hard to get off. This isn't gonna lay perfectly flat against the hat channel, so why bother? And then another thing, this is just my opinion, I see a lot of other people on YouTube, they like seal this all up, like they'll seal all this up so that water can't get in here. They'll seal it down here too, but then water can't get out of there. So again, it's my opinion. I want as much water to drain out of this thing as it possibly can. I want as much air to move through it as it possibly can to keep it dry so it doesn't rot. I've taken a lot of cars apart, older ones that had underbody coating, like that protective rubberized coating, and I find all it has done really is hold moisture between that coating and the metal, and there's always rust, bad rust underneath it. So that's just this man's opinion. Is this any stronger after I'm done? I don't know. This side definitely is. You know, I have this rot right here. But that side over there, the driver's side, I don't know if it's any stronger. I mean, I might have actually made it weaker. I tried really hard to do these right. But I don't know. It's this high strength, low alloy steel. And with that being said, you really should be using a low hydrogen welding rod or a filler rod.